This is the Rays POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Tampa Bay Rays, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Tampa Bay Rays POSTCAST, your spot for your instant reaction to every single Rays game. My name is Jonathan Shields. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Johnny10Shields. I'm not going to lie to you guys, incredibly frustrating loss from the Rays today. It seemed like everything that went right yesterday went wrong today on the offense side of things. Obviously, pitching-wise, Taj was fantastic once again for the Rays. And this starting staff continues just to put out quality start after quality start. And we'll talk about those starters being on fire. We're going to talk about how the Rays spoiled Taj Bradley's just absolute masterclass. And then we're going to look ahead to the Rays series against the Rangers. But first, we're going to talk about how this offense needs to find some consistency.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I said it yesterday. You're obviously not going to expect 60 runs every game, but you don't have to score one run every game either. And I said the Rays, when they're up here, they're up here. When they're down here, then they're down here. But where is that going to plateau at? Is it going to plateau at 4 runs a game, 5 runs a game? And right now, you just don't know where you're going to get with this offense on a given day. Brandon Lowe looked lost out there today. Josh Lowe continues to provide good at-bats. But again, he got unlucky with the one he just lined right at the parade. He's 103 off the bat. Yandy, again, it just can't put 2 games together in a row where he's hitting the ball consistently. Cabby's been a little bit inconsistent. You just go up and down the lineup, right? And it's just you don't know where you're going to get on a day-to-day basis unless from a majority of your guys. I think you're going to get from Josh Lowe. I think you're going to get from Aranda. And, the rest, it's kind of up in the air, even, with Brandon Lowe, who snapped a 12-game hitting streak today. With Yandy right now, you don't know who you're going to get. I know Junior's been hot recently, but still, another 0 for today. He either had 5+ RBIs in the game this series, or he didn't get a hit in the game this series. So, again, it's, when you look at it from a broad, a far-out picture, the Rays won the season series against the Astros. They went, They went 4-3 against them. But the Rays are back to just 1 game above 500, and you can't help but think, this is a little bit of a missed opportunity because this is a game that the Rays should have won. Hunter Brown did not have his best stuff. I mean, he was really struggling, and he took a no-hitter into the 5th inning. That's the into the 6th inning before Josh Lowe got hit. I mean, he had 4 walks. This guy had more balls than strikes for the majority of the game, and the Rays just could not take advantage. Any time that they got close, they just could not take advantage, and that's where we're going to get to our turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Okay, I don't know if it's going.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Sorry about that. It got stuck on my screen for a second, but it when Jake Manning popped out to the catcher with run down their tech walls. Again, of Taylor. Again, sorry for the Wi-Fi. It's probably up and down again. This is the last episode I'll have in this setup. So, but I don't love Taylor Walls running there. I would, Aranda can't get 90 feet there, but Magnum didn't even give him a chance because he just popped out immediately to the catcher on the first pitch. And that's the turning point of this game because that was the one opportunity. The Rays, Junior gets them to third after Aranda does a great piece of hitting against the left-handed pitcher. And then once they get there, they can't bring him in. And the Rays have had problems last year, and they're better this year, but still problems getting the guy home from third with less than 2 outs. And, I thought the Rays were a better team today. I thought Taj Bradley was way better than Hunter Brown today. And, when you look at the scoreboard, it's 1-0. And it's like Hunter Brown did not pitch good enough to give up 0 runs. Taj Bradley pitched great, and he picked up the loss for this. And on an unearned run, Taj is going to pick up the loss. And it's just, if I was him, I'd be frustrated because you see the offense put up 16 yesterday, and they can't even really scrap out runs. So it is just really, just really tough. And it's where's this offense going to find the consistency? That's the biggest question right now for this team. But and to talk more about Taj, I mean, season high in strikeouts with 10. Only give up 3 hits, no earned runs. Just there's literally nothing else you can ask for. And we're talking about the starters being on fire later, but you look at Taj now, his last 3 outings, and his ERA is down at 3.95, and he hasn't allowed more than 2 runs in his last 3 outings, and he's gone at least 6 innings both times. I mean, that is big time stuff from Taj and the rest of this, and the rest of the staff too. That, again, we'll get into a little bit later, but again, just really feels like a missed opportunity for the Rays, who outplayed the Astros really the entire 4-game series. They got dominated by Fromber on Friday, but again, this was a game I really felt like the Rays should have won, and they just again could not come through in the biggest moments, and it's incredibly frustrating to watch the entire game. But what can you do? And obviously the umpire wasn't great. It was actually really bad today. But Wall's getting thrown out, and the Morel comes up and literally has the 2 worst wins I've ever seen an NBA player or MLB player have. And he only swings fastball. Not to pile on Christopher Morel here, because he's a great guy, but man, he only swings fastball. And if I was an MLB pitcher, I would literally only throw off speed, and he'll just swing over it every time. But they're not going to throw to him because he's not going to be in the lineup. Like, I think the Rangers are throwing 3 righties this week, and Morel is not going to start a single game this week. When are you going to go? Because he's not going to play a guy Chili Simpson that sit him down for him. I get it. I really do. His options left. His fielding needs improvement. His on-base percentage is great for a guy that who for a guy like him. But man, I mean, I don't know how long you can keep riding with Morel, because he really, besides that double, has really not put together a lot of good at bats. But we'll talk about the starters and how good that they've been lately, and we're going to look ahead to the Rangers series right after this. This episode is brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you 10% value. Plus, they're packed with better for you unsaturated fat to keep you feeling fuller, longer. Personally, I love the no-shell variety. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days, whether I'm snacking my desk on a road trip or just a quick protein boost. They're always my go-to, and crack open every show for that satisfying crunch. The in-shell option is always a classic favorite. Get snacking and get cracking with a snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Again, this is my last stream with this Wi-Fi, so it will be obviously back to normal if I break up a little bit going forward, but I'll be back to my normal setup on Tuesday. But if you guys are in the live, make sure to leave a comment. We'll get to them in a little bit, as we always do. But let's talk about this starting rotation, because they have been on fire now, I think 2 times through. So you look at the Rays and the runs that they've given up. Now that they've won 9-12 with this loss today. They've given up 2 runs, 4 runs, 1-1-0, 2-2-0, 3-1, 3-2, 3-1. They have not given up more than 4 runs during this stretch. In the game where they did allow 4 runs, there's only 1 time, and they won. This starting pitching has been absolutely dominant recently, and it's been everyone. I mean, everyone's been dominant. Rasmussen, who's going to pitch on Tuesday, he's been the best one. But everyone, I mean, Littell had a complete game yesterday, and you would say he's the weakest starter, right? And he's been fantastic the last 6 outings. Pepio has just been on fire. It's very rare where you get all 5 pitchers of rotation. Well, I guess really 4.5, because Boz has been, just average on one of his outings there. But it's really surprising or unusual to get 4 of your 5 starting pitchers pitching at like ace quality level. I mean, it honestly rarely happens. That's the main reason why the Rays have kind of taken advantage of that and now won 9-12. So again, in the games that they've lost, it's been 1-0, 2-1, and 4-2. I mean, so they've lost 4 twice, but it's just ridiculous, this starting staff right now. And we talked about it, I think, before they won the streak. I said the starting staff is too good to be pitching the way that they have. So it's really good to see that they turn that around. You know what I mean? So again, I could not say better things about the staff. And a staff led by Kyle Snyder. I mean, they're going to figure it out eventually. And it's not like they were bad before, but they weren't elite like we've seen in years past. But they're back to that right now. And I'll tell you what, guys, the starting pitching matchups we have coming up against the Rays is some high quality stuff. So let's get to that right now as the Rays catch a break, because they're not going to see Nathan Eovaldi, who they were supposed to see on Tuesday. But now, and I might be telling Tyler Mala is how you say it, and he's had a great year. He's 5-2 with a 1.6 ERA, 48 strikeouts to 24 walks. So again, that walk number a little bit high, but he's going up against Drew Rasmussen. He's 4-4 with a 2.3. Drew's WHIP is less than 1, which means he is allowing less than 1 base runner per inning. That is fantastic for a starter. There's not a lot of starters that can say that, but for Mall, he's coming off an outing against Toronto where he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs. So he's only given up 8 runs in the month of May. He's a 2.1 ERA in May, and so he's given up in May 1, 2, 1, 1, and 3 earned runs. So I mean, just fantastic. I mean, he's only given up 11 runs on the year. So I mean, this is a guy that again, I'll take Rasmussen over him, but it is not a walk in the park because he's been one of the best pitchers so far this year. And if you look back at Maul last year with Texas, he only appeared in 3 games, and the past 3 years combined, he's only appeared in 9 games. No, that's not right. Yeah, 9 games or only 13 games. And now he's back and healthy, and he's really pitching well for this Ranger team. But again, you go to Drew, you know what you've gotten out of Drew recently, and it's honestly not sustainable. And his last 3 outings, he's gone 6 innings. He's in 9. His last 3 outings combined, 6 innings, 9 hits, 0 runs, only 3 walks, and he has 13 strikeouts. So obviously that's not sustainable. But again, if I'm a Rays pitcher, my only goal is to go out there and give a quality start, which is 6 innings, giving up 3 runs or less. And if you do that, your offense should win a majority of the time. But let's get to the comments as we always do. We go to Jack's takes first. He said, horrible umping today. Being said, how do you score 16 one day and none the next? It's weird. I mean, it's offense is like polar something. Cool. That's why I said, where are you going to plot to while they're getting 2 guys back, they're going to have really low lows. Where are they going to find that middle ground at? And that's going to be really interesting to see over this month of June. Race that same thing. Shows our Gary mentioned. His cat really good here. He says, "I'm not frustrated as I am about losing series split. I mean, the series split. I'm in particular losing on air was rough, and it was losing on air way back in the first inning. And even the single that was to score the run wasn't like this hard hit ball, right? It was just a little looper that scored. As Gary again talks about how good Bradley and Uceta was today. Yeah, it's really good to see Uceta continue to be good. It's Cat does mention we don't have to see Jeremy Pena again the rest of the year. Yeah, I mean, he is a certified Rays killer. Cameron Van Pelt talked about Taj outpitched Brown, so many missed opportunities in that game. We got very frustrated. Yeah, it's not a good because Brown had 4 walks. Again, it was the most random hitter taken into the. And Ryan Anderson did really good on the broadcast mentioning that. And he still ended up getting in the game where Taj Bradley kind of really out. But again, it goes on this offense. So as we go to Mike Gage, he says it was shocking to see him not on umpire yet. It was a little bit kind of calm, cool, but I mean, people went a little overboard with it. But I mean, how can you not be? You got to not even say those, like magic words. And it was an awful call. So I'm not being crushed. So yeah, and like again, it is walks. I don't know if Ben Wolf has walk here to that. As we go to Darryl Brooks, who says always looking like he's on the verge of becoming an ace. Yeah, let's hope that he finally, but not becoming an ace, just becoming a really good maybe more two. As I mean, this is a really good point. It's just his team is very bipolar, but I still exceed the expectation. That being said, I'm not sure to expect. I'm not sure the team like Gary basis either. I'm really not sure to expect. And it's just going to be really interesting to see this team go forward. Again, I don't know what to expect going forward. As again, so my is breaking and. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get at it. But look, it is frustrating by the series, but if you look at it from a broad set, The Rays are still 1 game 500. We talked about it after the Twin series that they are going to come back from Houston at the very least 1 game over 500 if they split. That's what they did. They can come back home and another home team. That's what they will plan to do. Again, sorry for the Wi-Fi guys. We'll be back on the next stream. But until then, tomorrow we'll be back. Hopefully, talking about a Rays win on Tuesday. See you guys.